Welcome to the Live Full, Work Fun podcast. This is the show to encourage you to live your life to the fullest and do fun work that fuels your lifestyle. Hi, I'm your host, Gayla Scrivener. Every week, you'll be introduced to amazing guests, useful resources, and inspirational stories. You'll discover opportunities and perspectives to shape your version of living full and working fun. Before we get started with the show, I have a question for you. Are you a busy solopreneur struggling to find the time to consistently post to your social accounts? Well, the Scrivener Solutions team and I are introducing Scrivener Social, the easy-to-use social media scheduling platform paired with all of our workflows. It simplifies the entire posting process, saving you time and boosting your social media marketing efforts. Here's how it works. First, you subscribe to Scrivener Social, choosing the support level that best fits your needs. Second, we have onboarding calls to help you set up your account and give you the guidance for streamlining your posting process. Third, you implement your plan using our workflows to get more out of your social media marketing. Now, you could continue to do it alone, being frustrated and feeling guilty that you never get around to posting to your social accounts for your small business. Or you could save time, energy, and frustration by using an easy-to-use social scheduling platform backed by a support team that helps you streamline the whole process. You deserve a system that makes posting to your social media faster and more efficient. Go to scrivenersocial.com and subscribe today. Now, on to the show. Hi there and welcome. This is the show where we explore topics that help you create your lifestyle to live full and work fun. I'm glad you're here with me today. My guest is Rashida Dairywala. Rashida is the CEO of OTFCoder Private Limited. She began her career as an educator, but her journey has since taken her to entrepreneurship in the IT world. Rashida not only holds certifications as a Google, Meta, and HubSpot certified digital marketer, but she also holds an MA in English. Rashida is a dynamic entrepreneur who mentors the OTFCoder team and serves as an internal quality champion for all projects. Her ingenuity in problem solving and strategic vision has played a pivotal role in the growth of OTFCoder and its clients. Currently leading global advertising, branding, digital strategies, operations, audience engagement, marketing, and events at OTFCoder, Rashida is a force not only in marketing innovation, but also in championing the normalization of women in the tech industry. She actively promotes the development of female leadership within her agency, contributing to a more inclusive work environment. In the IT domain for over 6 years, Rashida has garnered recognition in several prestigious magazines, earning accolades such as Company of the Year, Outstanding Entrepreneur, and Self-Made Female Entrepreneur in India. Her entrepreneurial spirit and marketing prowess are further amplified by her groundbreaking contribution to the battery industry, the development of Digi Warr, India's only analytics-driven digital warranty management system. Rashida's focus on business strategy and high performance through cutting-edge technology is evident in her leadership style. Leading a team that designs conversations, interfaces, and customer experiences, she develops strategies that prioritize the best user experience possible and simplifies complex information for effective communication. Well, I would love for you to meet Rashida, so let's dive right into my conversation, shall we? Welcome, Rashida. I'm so glad that you're here on the Live Full Work Fun podcast.
Thank you so much. I'm really excited for this podcast. It's waiting since long time.
Well, your bio has a lot of great information about you professionally. How about you tell us a little bit about your personal journey that led you to being the CEO of OTFCoder?
I was an educator right? So I was teaching young kids, and while I was teaching kids, what excited me was how gradually technology was integrated in the education sector. And that's where during that time, I would say, I met my current I met my husband and we vibed a lot. And he was kind of he's a hardcore tech person, so he would talk about technology, and I was in an awe that okay, it's something very interesting and I should know more about technology. And that's where I found my calling, that okay, education definitely is a great domain to work in, but technology has way beyond measures. So I could explore a lot of things within the domain of technology, and I realized okay, I am meant for technology. Not really a tech person to do the coding and all those aspects, but that's where I realized that okay, technology is something, IT is something which I am meant for. Entrepreneurship is something which I am meant for, to be with people and not be there as an educator and limit myself to education sector. Whereas with technology, I can be in any sector. I can still uplift education sector. I can still work on any other domain. So that's where my journey as an entrepreneur started, knowing more about technology and how the business runs. So I started as an HR when I get got into the entrepreneurship journey, because I am not from this particular background. My education is from is meant was meant to be an educator. So I did my bachelor's, master's in the domain of literature and education. So I had decided that my goal is to be a teacher. If I wouldn't have found my calling of being an entrepreneur, I would have still been a teacher, but that's my goal for the future, to open up my own setup school. But yeah, so not being into the technology background, not knowing what technology is, what business is, I started learning from scratch. I started from knowing what are human resources. So I learned about that. I started hiring, and then once a mini team of like say 5 people was set up in the organization, I hired an HR into that my position. So from HR, I moved to marketing. So then I did my courses for marketing. I learned what are the trends going on in the market, what are the types of marketing, how the other businesses or agencies are doing marketing. So that's where then I got into marketing, and I learned, and then further I hired people for marketing who to do that particular aspect of marketing, digital market, a 360 setup of marketing, how the marketing actually works. Then from marketing, people were hired. I moved from marketing to design. So I know how the design thinking works, how different elements are being taken care of, how different types of designing, the print media and digital media, all those understanding I got. I did again the courses, and that's where I hired more people into design. I moved out of that. Simultaneously, I was also working on operations, knowing more about how the business runs, what are different sort of operations that needs to be taken care of, what are different level of people that are there into business, and what are their roles and responsibilities, how I can give my inputs in there. And then we hired people into that particular position. Further, then I moved to the position of the CEO. And so that's how my journey is, like, learning each step, hiring people into that particular position, and then reaching to the step of the CEO.
So you grew as the company grew.
I did actually.
That is wonderful. Now, did you start your company with your husband?
Yes,
And
I
so
did.
he was the coder, and you
Yes.
learned more with the technology as time passed.
You can say that he is a hardcore tech person. I am a non-tech person. So any roles and responsibilities that comes in as a part of non-tech, I take care of it: sales, marketing, operations, design, and so on. He is also a finance person. So I would say he takes care of the finances and the technology part, and I take care of other stuff in the business.
Well, I think that that is wonderful. I would think that with your education background, there is a language barrier, I guess, in talking with tech folks and non-tech folks, and you can be that bridge and educate and translate so that you can serve your clients' needs, because I'm sure that most of your clients aren't really techie folks, and that's what you come in and do.
Exactly, because most of the clients have their own understanding of what they want, be it in the domain of technology or if it's a non-tech thing. So a person who is kind of in middle of both would work really well. So though I am not from a technology background, I now, after these many years, I do understand the technologies, what are the types of technologies we work in, its benefits, and so on, all the nuances of the particular tech. But while I also know another aspect of non-tech, so it really works as bridging the gap between the customers understanding their needs and delivering the same to the team, and then further getting it implemented for the best results for the customers.
I could imagine, and I just see that the IT industry is heavily male dominated, but you have a mission to incorporate women into.
Yeah. So, as you are very much right, that IT is such a sector where there are women, but they are not taken seriously. Okay, and that's what even I realized when I came into the tech back in the IT domain. So I had to put in a lot of efforts in convincing people that I am capable of this particular thing, but still the amount of rejections I have, I don't have the numbers actually. There are not many. Gradually, over a period of time, you learn how to tackle. And when I say I would want to empower more and more women into this particular industry, is by having, my goal is to have more and more women talent working with me. And that's how, when they are working with me, they, with my thought process, they can, they can be elevated. And my current team has 60-70% of women and 30% of males. So that's the ratio that we are working with, be it in the tech part or be it in the non-tech aspect of our company. We have more women who are kind of boosting the organization.
It is kind of a tough barrier to get through and to be taken seriously, and I'm so glad that you're doing all your efforts to elevate women in the IT industry. That is wonderful. I have maybe a personal question of how is it to be working with your husband?
I know, yes, there are a lot of pros and cons working with a husband. Is one which we often discuss as husband and wife is our 24/7 is just business. We hardly have, means we do have time, but even if when it is a personal time, the discussion that would come out would be all about business. So that's one of the con, I would say, in being with your husband. But at the same time, the benefit here is that if I because I while I started being in this industry initially, when I met my husband, I was still working as an educator. So during that particular time, what I realized was understanding of each other's domain was difficult. Understanding of each other's responsibilities was difficult. So he would think that my work is not really important. I would think that his work is not really of that importance. But though it is equally important. And that's where, when we both are into the same particular domain, we know, okay, he's really putting in efforts, I am putting in efforts, we are doing our best to make sure that the company is running well, because we both are into the same domain. But the only con I feel is, the overlapping of personal and professional life is the thin line between the personal and professional lives is no more there. when you are working with your husband. And responsibilities and everything is being taken care of, then it's a smooth journey.
That is great. Great perspective, too, because that line of personal and professional is pretty tiny. That is for sure.
We often think that, while we leave the office, we should leave all the business at the office only. But then, while we are on our way to home, again the same conversation would start. While we are at the in the on the dinner table, that same conversation would start. So that really doesn't really happen when you both are working together.
Well, when things pop up in your mind, he's right there to talk about it. So you might as well. that, that is great. Now, you have an exciting new type of product, Digi Warr. What is that?
Right. So the name of the product, initially, that product, when we started our business, simultaneously we were working on this particular industry of battery. And we realized that this particular industry has one biggest pain point, which is the warranty. And that's where we launched our own product. We just recently rebranded it to Digi Warr. Digi Warr is digital warranty management solution. It takes care of a complete life cycle of a battery. So the batteries which are in the two wheelers or for, cars, or the inverter batteries, those sort of batteries, once the batteries are being manufactured, after manufacturing till the time it reaches to the customer, and once the customer uses it and it comes back under the warranty, that whole tracking is been taken care of in this particular system. So the problem of fake warranties which this particular industry was facing is being nullified through this particular product.
That is great. So, this is for the battery industry. Let's talk a little bit about artificial intelligence. I'm sure that, with what you do in the marketplace, and you also have OTF marketers as a company, so you have like a branch off that does digital marketing. What is your take on all the AI technology that's here in the marketplace now?
AI is life changing. Okay, AI is beneficial as well as AI is a disaster. I mean, it depends upon how we use it creatively, intuitively, for our business, or for even our personal use. Okay. When I talk about integration of AI into the business, I think it has overtaken already to an extent, but people are not realizing that the AI will somewhere, affect that human touch. It does give you the inputs that you want, but that feeling of personal touch is not really something which comes in with AI. But at the same time, it is something which can complete your work within seconds. Like let's talk about chat gpt. Okay, if you are giving an appropriate prompt to chat gpt, it will give you a whole business plan. You just need to give that this is my particular business, this is the current revenue, this is the services I offer, this is how I plan to scale, these many are the team members, this is my usp. If you are giving a to Z information, even though if it is in pointers or if it's in paragraph format, any format you choose, but if you're giving all these things within just, let's say, 10-20 seconds, it is going to give you a whole business plan if you want to scale up for the next particular year. Or let's say you are a sole business owner, a small business owner, and you want to market yourself onto social media. With AI, you can create images with just text prompts. If whatever text you have, it can be enhanced. You whatever content you have, it can be enhanced. Whatever the content you have, it will create the videos out of those text. Whatever I speak, it is going to convert it into a text and it will document it. So AI is changing lives like anything. It is making our work more and more easier day by day. So initially, whatever problems were faced by the entrepreneurs, the small business owners regarding the investment of money, with AI tools, they don't require that many investment, that much of a monetary investment. These tools are pretty much free to use, and it will give you basic medium level of responses depending upon what you are actually asking them to do. And that's how it is changing even the structure of all the businesses. So I think all the small businesses or medium businesses, they should definitely utilize the power of AI.
What are the drawbacks that you see?
One of the drawbacks is the human touch, the personal touch. It gives you a robotic, repetitive language, which when a human is giving, as if I would be writing it for myself, I would have a complete different perspective. Plus, limitation about the knowledge. So AI will give you only the knowledge that is available in the market on the Google. So it will just extract that knowledge, give you a summary, and you will have to utilize that. The drawbacks of again AI is now we see a lot of deep fake, videos coming in the market, which is threatening, life threatening, and those are used to threaten people, threaten families, and take money from them. So these are something which is very serious problem with AI. If it is not used in a right way, I think it can be a huge disaster.
I would imagine, and this is my take on it, is that it's great to use so that you don't have to stare at a blank piece of paper or a blank screen. If you need help with writing, maybe job descriptions, like you said, a business plan, things like that, change the words, change it to where it is your voice. But AI does, depending on, is this right? Depending on the program that you use, it learns your voice.
Yes, it does. We have to train AI to give us the inputs. So let me give you an example. A simple example. ChatGPT is something which everyone is using. So if I want to use it for my personal branding and PR, if I'm using it, what I will have to follow is these particular steps. First, tell about myself. Who is Rashida? What kind of human I am? What is my tone of speaking? What is my tone of my perspective? I also have to give some samples of my own written content to ChatGPT. Based on all those things, the ChatGPT will process that particular information, and after that, it is going to give me my voice. It is still not going to be my voice, but it will somewhere relate to what kind of a person I am, and the how I would give information to someone else, or how I would convey any information to a third person. So that's how we will have to train AI to give the output like we want, like I would generate for myself as a person. That human touch which is missing, it is still going to be missing, but it somewhere gives you that 80% of the touch, and 25% you'll have to still compromise.
We don't have to be full-fledged writers and have that blank screen staring at us and that anxiety of what am I going to say, and that assistance in helping small businesses. And we shift from being full-fledged writer to editing and making our voice heard. Besides ChatGPT, are there other tools that you recommend, or is that the place that entrepreneurs should go?
I would recommend using Gamma app. Gamma is a free platform to create your documentation, to create presentations, and any type of a document you would create. You just need to give a little input. It will grab the information from Google, source the information, and then it will give you a detailed report of however you want. Then there are so many, AI applications for video creation, like in video. So many others are there. I can share the list with you, and the people can go through all those applications. And whatever list I would be able to share would be all the free AI tools which can be used for day-to-day operations and processes in any small business.
Now, you have a business, OTF marketers. When would a small business, medium business move away from doing it on their own using AI tools to hiring an agency?
I think it's more of how you see your business actually, okay, and how you would want to invest your time. So even if it is a small business owners, if they want to focus more towards building their business, I think at that particular time, if they realize this, they can hand it over to an agency. Not necessarily you just directly go to a bigger agency. You can start with a smaller marketing agency because they will do every single thing for you, okay, at one place, rather than you doing creating even a business plan for you, you creating a content calendar for yourself, you creating the content for yourself, you creating graphics for yourself, you create managing the project by yourself. If you are doing every single thing, I think the time you need to invest in your business growth, in scaling up that particular business, especially when it comes to sales, they rather recommend all the business owners, even if it is an initial stage, to move from doing it by their own to hiring an agency or a freelance. Just get it done from an expert rather than you, if you don't know anything and you're just doing it. I think this is something best. And I think I know that monetary investment plays a very important role in any businesses, especially when it comes to small businesses. At that particular time, yes, to get started with using AI and working, do so. There's this quote which I always refer to: something is better than nothing. So you do something to get started, but once you see that you have already made something, you have built a little structure base, you should definitely move towards an agency, to an expert who can give you results, rather than you putting in efforts in all 4, 5, 6, 7 directions. I think that expert will do it the best.
I love how you framed that, Rashida, because there comes a time you got to get started, but there comes a time that you're going to just level off and hit your ceiling. And in order to have growth, you do need to delegate. Delegate so that you can free your mind. I mean, your mind and your time to having help that you need to grow your business, your agency. You have several team members you've been able to grow over the years. And I loved how you shared where you started and that you had that complete focus, moved to another quote unquote department, complete focus. And I loved your strategy in doing that with all that you do. And I can tell just by the smile on your face that you love what you do. But what makes work fun for you?
I think it's the team members who make it fun for me, because while I'm a mom also. Okay, so I have my child who's 2.5 years old. I am working from home for the whole morning time, and post lunch I come to office. So I am really excited to come to office and meet my team. Okay, because those faces, I think I know that I can rely on them. Whatever projects I get, whatever challenges I'm going to throw, the team is ready, and they are skilled to take up. So that's more fun. And of course, being with a husband and working 24/7 is always fun and enjoyable time.
Oh, I have enjoyed my time with you today, Rashida. And how do people stay in contact with you?
I am available on all the social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, Pinterest. You name it, I am there. So yeah, I am there as Rashida Dairywala. My brand is there as OTFCoder or OTF Marketers, or my battery brand, which is battery product, which is Digi Warr. It's all there on all social media platforms. We also have a website which is www.otfcoder.com, www.otfmarketers.com, and www.warranty.digital.com. It has all the information. I am available to chat if anyone reaches out. If anyone just even needs a guidance, I can just offer that and support small business owners.
I will have all of those links down in the show notes. So it was wonderful to have you with me today, Rashida.
Perfect. I have literally enjoyed, chatting with you today and recording this podcast. It's so much fun. I think I am reliving my journey of starting my business and sharing the same with you. And thank you so much for having me on the podcast. It's really a great moment for me.
Great moment for me too. Thank you. Well, thanks for joining me today. You'll find all the links in the show notes to connect with Rashida and to get the resources that she had mentioned. Let's continue the conversation. Hop over to Facebook and post what your biggest takeaway from today's show was in the Live Full, Work Fun Facebook group. Thanks again for listening. Until next time, have a fantastic week. Live full, work fun. This episode has been brought to you by Scrivener Social, the easy-to-use social scheduling platform built for the busy solopreneur. You deserve a system that makes posting to your social media faster and more efficient. Go to scrivenersocial.com and subscribe today.